Hey you guys, it's Jasmine over here talking to you all. Ever since Clubhouse happened in like November, a lot of y'all have found me. Rightfully so. I'm so happy to have each and every one of y'all on my page. I'm so happy to have each and every one of y'all excited and energized to walk by faith and or launch your gold and or to just be inspired by me. This entire experience for the last 6 years has become very humbling, extremely humbling, to the point where I've had to literally eat every word that I've said, whether it be walk by faith, whether it be launch your business, whether it be leave your job, whether it be choose to stand and trust in God no matter what. If you've been following me over the year, you know this 2020 it wasn't the best year for the kid, okay? Story coming on that soon. That's probably gonna go in a book, the big book, because that was a hot mess. But I needed all of those things to happen. And today, as promised on my Instagram story, I said that I was gonna come and share with you guys what I experienced this morning in Clubhouse. So, unbeknownst to me, my friend girl, Alicia, shout out to Twin Nation 15, go follow if you want your edges to grow back, because obviously we're in COVID and you need that. She called me and we were talking on the phone this morning just about business stuff. Like, that's just my homie. And next thing I know, I get a notification. I get pinged into this room and it said, welcome E.T. the hip hop preacher. Like, welcome him into the Clubhouse. And I was like, oh, he wasn't on here. Okay, cool. Let me join the party. I said, I gotta call you back, sis. I gotta call you back. I get in there and it's him, it's his team, it's people who, love him. And they are pretty much sharing that, like, E.T., he got a chance to speak, and they were like, invite people to come up. And I was texting her the whole time. I was like, I want to do this. I want to raise my hand and I want to speak. For some reason, for me, I'm more comfortable when it comes to like guys because of engineering. When I'm in other Clubhouse rooms with powerhouse women, I'm a little bit more nervous and more reserved. But when it comes to like men, I am not afraid to raise my hand. Don't ask me why that is the way that is. Maybe it's because I'm an engineer by heart. I'm always been in rooms with men. I don't know. So I raised my hand and we're waiting, Clubhouse order and protocol. You gotta wait for it to be your turn. And the closer it gets, I'm like, sis, I gotta have a question. I gotta have a good question. I gotta have a good question. And she was like, because she sees my life and she sees the amount of people that are coming. Like, it's in droves at this point. I looked at my analytics, and over the last 30 days, over 475 new people came, and this morning another 50 came, and I was like, okay, God, I'm here. I'm your servant, because at this time, I know I can't do this stuff by myself, but here we go. She was like, talk about being drained by your gift, because a lot of people, they reach out to me for inspiration, for information, for prayer, for anything, that's who I am. I'm the plug. I have information, resources, tools, whatever. And I recently stepped over into the coaching industry, which is probably what I've always been, but I just didn't like classify it on my Instagram. Because once you do that really does solidify the stuff. And I asked a very simple question. I said, one, this was my speech, because I got to show y'all what I had said, because it was good. I was like, hello, one, my mama told me that if I'm gonna miss 100% of the shots that I don't take, so I just want to tell you, my name is Jasmine Stith, aka the Pretty Plug. I motivate, educate, and inspire people to be all that they were called to be simply by walking by faith and launching your gold. My question is, how do you not become drained by your gift when everybody needs it, when you can see that there's obviously like a gap? with E.T., he's a motivational speaker. Inky was on there, so they are the #1 and #2 motivational speakers in the entire world, which is amazing. And E.T. just began to go in. He was like, you gotta stop doing things that you hate. I was like, For me, I love everything I do. I love praying. I love inspiring. I love everything. That's why I have so much energy, because I function in what I'm doing. When I was working at my job, I hated that stuff. Like, I literally had to drag myself to work. And when I finally did quit, oh my gosh, did I have a rude awakening called the pandemic and a divorce happening to me right around the corner. But that stuck out. And I'm relaying this message to y'all so y'all can know if you have a gift and you feel drained, but you know you love what you do, but you still feel drained. You got to be able to say, he said, 1, quit doing things that you hate. Focus on doing the things that you love. And for me, I got to that point by 2019. I was walking to my job. I was happy. I was on my Instagram. Hey, y'all, the Walk by Faith podcast. Da, 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 da. Got a new guest. Y'all go check it out. We walking by faith on the subway. Almost, making sure y'all got the content. Da, 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 da. And I got to work one day, and I think it was like late 2018, early 2019. I don't know the dates. And tears came out my eyes. I literally walked to work. I was on the first floor. Well, I got to work. We had meetings and stuff because I was a product manager. And when I tell you I was crying, my goodness, it was like somebody had hit me or hurt my feelings. And I wasn't fooling with nobody at the time. Wasn't nobody ruining my peace. So why was I in tears? And it was because my soul was crying, because I was doing something that I knew my time had expired on it. And I was mature enough to understand that what had expired was me going to that job. Now, the faith and the courage that came after that I had to develop took me an entire year, all of 2019, to develop the courage to save the 10K, to leave my job by October, to come up with a strategy, a plan, to come to Dallas. All of that took me at least 10 months to muster up the courage to leave a 6-figure job, okay? But he said, if you're feeling drained, obviously you're doing something that you hate. And I was like, okay, so I know that may not be my problem right now. So he went to the next thing. And he said, focus on your environment. Focus on your environment. Like, do you have the right people around you? And that was something that shook me, because I was like, that could potentially be it. I know I have a lot of people that are now, they care, about what I do, even though it's been like 6 years. And all the new people, like from Clubhouse or like social media, like I feel the embrace, I feel the hug. It's maybe from the others that have seen it for years and years and really didn't give a darn, honestly. But what I learned from that experience is no one will care about anything that you do more than you. And this is for any entrepreneur out here. You are going to have to go through a season where you do it alone, you do it scared, you do it where pretty much you are the only one that believes in you. And if you can't get through that season, then you haven't found your right idea yet. For me, I know I found my right idea. I know I am willing to do anything for it, because at this point in time, I have nothing else left but to do that. We're in COVID, and I don't see myself wanting to be tacking on a computer doing anything with electrical engineering that I never did in the first place. But he said, focus on your environment. So I was like, okay, that gotta be it, I'm in another season of life where God is moving me to the next level, but can't go to the next level unless some stuff happens, right? You just got to go through more pruning and pruning and pruning until, God does a complete work in you. He said also that everything you do should pretty much, it should have the energy. Your energy should be attached. So for me, I can get on Clubhouse and I can talk for hours because I love it. I love talking to people. Like, I can't tell you enough that I'm an extrovert. And that COVID and the pandemic, was secretly, a suicide mission for me. Not literally, I wanted to die, but, imagine coming from New York City and then I'm in a pandemic in a new city in Austin, Texas with nobody. Oh my gosh. Throw me away. Okay? You should have energy to do your gifts and your talents. It should be like a supernatural energy that you have. You should be able to like wake up and be like, oh my gosh, maybe it's that book you're writing, maybe it's that blog, maybe it's that YouTube channel, maybe it's that podcast, maybe it's your content and your Instagram TVs and your stories or your TikToks or your reels. I mean, whatever it is, you should have energy to get that done. You should feel it in your bones. Like, I got something I gotta do. Let me go do that, right? Even right now, I've been working all day. I manage a church in the morning, been praying, been doing all the things. And I'm like, I gotta finish this video. But I have the energy to do it because I love doing it. Like, oh my gosh. And I don't drink any coffee. Like, I'm high off life, obviously. And I was like, okay, that's a good point. And then my revelation happened. It happened once I got off. I finished my question. I thanked him. I said, man, if you wouldn't have made that video where it says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you won't be successful because your girl wouldn't have graduated college without it, okay? Let me tell you that. Because getting through engineering, that was some stuff that drained my entire energy. That was some stuff that I literally drugged myself to class. That was some stuff where I had to cheat on tests because I knew that I was not smart enough to answer the questions. Neither was the professors because they was asking us stuff that I believed that they didn't know, but they wanted us to figure it out via each other during the test. But that's another thing for another day. The revelation that I received, and if you've made it this far, I mean, congratulations, because obviously I love to talk and my stuff is long-winded, and it's because I believe that what I have to say matters, and congratulations if you got this far. You will have to divorce some things in 2021 before you can go to the next level. And I mean that so seriously. That revelation came to me, it was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. You're wanting to do things in your life, but your energy's off, or you feel drained, or now your environment's off, and the people around you don't care, or it's just people just pulling you down. Your ideas ain't flowing. You can't figure out how to show up for yourself no more. You're not confident in your ideas no more. People are like literally like attacking your very spirit. You are going to have to divorce people, places, and things before you can go to the next level in 2021. And we got time. It's like January 16th-ish or 17th, I think. January 16th, one of them days, they all flow together. We at the house. And what do I mean by that? Y'all know I have my notes. When it comes to people that you're going to have to divorce, it's certain people who don't want to see you do better. It's certain people who don't want to see you get to the next level. It's certain people that are determined to make you feel so bad about yourself to the point where you're shutting up, you're shutting your mouth, you're shutting your ideas, you're shutting your brain, and you're just doing the same thing over and over and over, and it's killing you on the inside. It's literally killing you. But you are going to have to divorce certain people. And divorce is a big word, but I mean, I've already experienced it, so that means that you are going to have to completely disconnect and say, this relationship no longer serves me. Obviously, we were committed to each other. Obviously, it could be a romantic relationship, or it could be a friendship or a family member. It's time to divorce, because some people have this familiarity spirit on you where you've known them all your life, and it makes no sense as to why you would ever cut them off, but they have revealed themselves to you time and time and time again. They've showed you that they don't care time and time again, but you're so nice. And you continue to allow them to just drain you and suck you of your energy. You will not be able to get to your next level in 2021 with those same people around, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck. I don't know anybody that's went through a divorce and it didn't suck. But you're gonna have to do it, because people need to display reciprocity in relationships. They need to display an act of kindness and love and peace and joy and happiness and a sound mind. They need to reciprocate the energy that you put out so freely. You're gonna have to divorce some people. I have here places. Being in the wrong environment. It's probably places that God asked you to divorce a long time ago. He told you to move a long time ago. He told you go to another state, go to another city, leave that job, do this, do that, and you ignored it. And then you're wondering, why am I gaining weight? Why do I have anxiety? Why do I have depression? Why are there things going on with me? It's because you didn't divorce the place that God told you to a long time ago, and you're still in that same place, in that same season. But it's time to move. You're going to have to divorce that. The third thing is things. People, places, and things. The third thing is habits. You know, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. Do you know if you keep hanging around the same folks, you're going to keep doing the same things? You're going to keep talking about the same stuff. You're going to keep being around. I mean, it's going to be a cycle. You're going to keep doing the same things over and over and over again. It's some things about yourself that you're going to have to divorce. It's some things that you keep saying, oh, well, they told me I was supposed to do this, and I've been believing in myself, and guess what? You done already stopped. Somebody motivated you, inspired you, you started, and you already done stopped. You just done gave up. You just said no. You just, And I'm here to tell you, you're going to have to get these habits in order. You're going to have to get this mind right here. It's the most powerful thing. You're going to have to reprogram it. In the mornings, I do 3 things. I do gratitude, at least 5 things of what I'm thankful for. I do the things that I need to meditate and pray on, and then I do some big picture goals, just some fun stuff like, God, how I'm dreaming right now. I'm here to tell you that everything I share with you is not some like theory. It's literally things I've lived and things that are practical and things that I'm practicing right now here today. There are a lot of people on the internet going to tell you a lot of different things. My main thing is to equip you to walk by faith. My second thing is to help you launch your goal. But you can't do that if you have not divorced people, places, and things. So take an evaluation on yourself. Take some time with yourself, with you. Sit down with you and say, am I where I want to be? Am I functioning to my highest capability? When I was in college, I used to do all these things. Am I still there or am I slacking? It's time for you to evaluate that, because that's what's causing the drain. That's what's causing you to feel like your energy's depleted. That's what's causing you to feel like you ain't gonna be right, can't do right, ain't gonna be better, your life gonna be the same. You're gonna sit in that stuff over and over and over again. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to live that way. You don't. There is better for you. There is higher for you. God calls us to have supernatural and amazing and abundance of life. But if you're still stuck, you got to look and ask yourself, am I the one that's holding me back? Nobody can remove those people but you. Nobody can remove those places and the places you're supposed to go and the places you been should have left but you. Nobody can remove those things and those habits and those ideas but you. What if I wouldn't have listened to my Holy Spirit when I cried when I went to work that day? How would I be able to be here right now in position on Clubhouse, asking questions, working on my brand, believing in myself so that you can be equipped to walk by faith and launch your goal on social media? What if I decided not to answer the call? There are things inside of you, and yes, I'm talking to you because we're on the internet. Let's get over it. That's how it is. You that I'm talking to, you have stuff that's going to help other people get set free. You know, people are dealing with sexual abuse, sexual assault. They're dealing with rape. They're dealing with divorce. They're dealing with separation. They're dealing with people dying, loss of life. They're dealing with health issues. They're dealing with things that probably the people listen to my call, you've either overcome it, you're going through it. But if you don't open your mouth, if you don't use your cell phone, no one else is going to get the healing that they need. What if I decided to quit today? This gift will be passed to someone else. And I refused. I've suffered enough for this, okay? I'm done. I've reached 19 minutes. 19 is my favorite number, obviously. I love you all. This is a public service announcement that I will be having my first ever discover 3 ways to conquer social media as a faith-based business. In 2021, the challenge is happening January 25th through the 27th. Just go sign up. What do you have to lose? You know it's something on your heart. You know it. And I'm in position to help you. So let's go from zero to shiro. Let's dominate social media together. You don't have to do it alone. And let's break these generational curses and cycles and everything else. And let's do what E.T. the hip hop preacher said, and Inky. Let's divorce this stuff. Let's get rid of the stuff that's holding us back. There is literally no excuse. I love you all.